You might have already seen our new champions tried and tested by our content creators, so have we. Having watched the videos we performed at this, he's nerfed already? Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends recap video where we talk about what's going on in the community and we get the week kicked off. It is Monday, April 12th, 2001, and we've got some stuff to cover, so let's get into it. All right, so first things first, I've got to do a correction on the last video that I did, which was a collab with Cold Brew, where we go over some of the new champions that are going to be hitting the game. We did that via the test server. Now, as always with those kind of videos, we are getting you information as soon as possible, where it's not technically live in the game yet. So when that happens, things are unfortunately subject to change, and that did occur, so I've got to correct it and stay up to date here. So when we were going over Giscard, the Sigillid, we went over this A2 here, and we noticed a few things on it, like, wow, it's an AoE CC with Provoke that also places Shield, and you can see that it starts at a 4-turn cooldown, but if you spend some books, you can get it to a 2-turn cooldown, which is super rare in Raid. It was a super cool ability, so we were sitting here raving and talking this ability up for a few minutes, but it turns out that Plarium has taken note of that, and they have decided to go ahead and nerf this to being booked to a maximum of a 3-turn cooldown. Honestly, it's not that bad of a change. I know it sucks to see a champion nerf before it even gets released. I was hyped about this. This was going to be a great option for those low spenders, free-to-play players to be able to go after an epic in the Fusion event. And this would have been a great progression champion in dealing with waves and brought a lot of utility to account. So it's unfortunate, but I do get it. Unfortunately, like, it makes sense to have this on a 3-turn cooldown. He's still a solid epic. This ability just won't be as insane as we thought it was going to be originally. And then clarifying that was part of the post that I was kind of reading over in the intro to this video, which I can pull up right here. So really their post is just saying, greetings, here are the April champions that will join the fray at the start of the nearest fusion, which is supposed to be starting tomorrow, about less than 24 hours of me releasing this video. So this is basically just a breakdown of the new champions. If you haven't seen yet, I did a fun little 2-part series with my good friend Cold Brew. I'll try to remember to link up there if you want to see. Part 1 was on my channel, part 2 was on his channel. It was like a 45-minute video, so we split it up and released it on both of our channels, so it was a little bit more bite-sized and a fun way to kind of collab it. But yeah, the main thing that I obviously need to note of, or make note of, was the nerf that they went ahead and did. And as you can see here down here by the text, they were like, okay, yeah, we saw some of the content creators talking about this, and it made us kind of see the light that, okay, maybe we should adjust this skill a little bit. That was the main takeaway. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, the kind of too long didn't watch version is, in my opinion, this is the best job they've done with like epics for a fusion legendary. Typically, it's like 3 trash epics and 1 decent one. But here we've got 1 or 2 pretty good epics and 1 or 2 all right epics. So it is a step in the right direction. And the fusion champion under Priest Brogni, I've got this on the screen here if you wanted to be able to look at the skills and have a nice refresher course. I've covered it ad nauseum in like 4 different videos, so I'm not going to read through all the abilities, but the gist is it's going to be a fun week, and it's going to be a fusion you definitely want to go for if it's realistic for you to do so. And speaking of that fusion that's going to be starting, we've got a little bit of a clarification, and the most interesting thing to note is this is going to be kind of an exception, something we haven't really seen before. So we've been under the impression that this was going to be an old school style fusion, which was a bunch of rares fused into 4 epics, and those 4 epics fuse in to the legendary featured champion. But it's going to be a little bit different this time. Me and Cold Brew noticed when we were on the test server, there wasn't a bunch of new rares. So we were like, what's going on here? How is this old school fusion event going to function? Are they going to be using old rares that were already in the game, which they haven't done for a very long time? So we were like a little bit confused. But it looks like they're going to be trying out a new way to do this, and the 4 epics you're going to need to fuse into the Under Priest Dwarf is going to be Fragment Summon events. So in the portal, you can see here under Fragment Summon, I'm saving a few here for the next Champion Chase event so I can collect some free points. Been saving Thea, Yoshi, and Archmage for that specific purpose. But they're going to be a Fragment event, so you're going to have those 4 epics You're going to be doing events and different things in game, champion chase, artifact enhancement, champion training, to acquire fragments to summon these 4 epics. And then when you summon these 4 epics from fragment summoning, given the fragments you've earned from events, then you'll be able to level them up to level 50, ascend them, and fuse them into Under Priest, which is the featured champion of the next fusion. And this could technically be a good change or a bad change. We're not going to know until we see how the events are structured. Is it realistic for most players to do this? Is it a crazy whale war? We won't know until we see what they're expecting and how the points are going to be acquired, until we can make a judgment on if this is a good change or a bad change. So I will keep you guys posted as soon as I know more in terms of the structure that's coming out. I'll try to release an infographic that lays it all out so you can plan accordingly. But the truth is we don't know, because it's all going to depend on how they execute it. It could either be a good change or a bad change. And then now you can see over there towards the top right, we've got the little clan versus clan icon live in game. So this is going to be a little bit of a beta test type thing. You can see here on the bottom, it says only the top 1,700 clans will be invited to take part in the clan versus clan tournament beta test. Subsequent tournaments will be open to every clan that meets the requirements. You can see here, you must be in a clan when the tournament starts. Your clan must have 10 or more members, and your clan must have 50 clan activity stars earned in the last 7 days when the tournament starts, which isn't too harsh of a parameter. You can see there, we're at 456 out of 50. So don't feel bad if your clan is not included. This is just a beta test that they're trying to do on a smaller scale before they launch it to the raid community as a whole and have problems arise. So if you're not in that top 1,700, you may not be included in clan vs clan, but when it goes live, you absolutely will be, as long as you got an active clan and you're meeting these parameters. So then to get you caught up on what is going on in game, remember we had a 10x last weekend, which means this weekend, if Plarium sticks to their normal schedule, which isn't a guarantee, we don't know that yet, but typically we can expect 2x Ancients to be launching in about 5 days if they go by the normal rotation. So a good opportunity to get some level 30 champions ready, get them up to level 30, maybe wait until there is a champion training event to bump them up to 4 stars, but you're going to want to get your food ready accordingly with 30s and 40s based on the 2x event coming in about 5 days for Ancients that we're hoping if they stick to the normal schedule. Then if we pop on into tournaments, you will see a champion training tournament going on right now, but the reason I said maybe wait until we've got one that's part of the Fragment Summit event for Under Priest is because right here you can see there's really not a whole lot special going on here. You do have core hammers at 4225, which isn't a bad idea if you're going to try to level up a bunch of 30s and turn them into 4 stars to prepare for food and stuff. But all in all, we want to still be careful today because we want to have maximum resources ready to allocate towards getting the Fragment epics completed for Under Priest. And then there's also a pretty normal spider tournament going on. There is an epic book up for grabs at 2750, but like I said, you know the drill. Be careful, don't go super hard. You may want to wait until we see exactly what's going on for Under Priest. Then under events currently, we've got Dungeon Divers, still a few days left on that, and then the Fusion warm-up event. Long as you're active and playing on your account, you should be getting these. These are pretty easy to achieve, and a pretty good little warm-up for the Fusion starting tomorrow. And it is worth noting, you do need to do a little bit of leveling at least, because you can see you earn points by leveling your champions and upgrading their ranks, but this is pretty easy. You can do it with 2 stars. It's worth 1 point. You get level, so the points come fast. Like, you rank up a 2-star, that's 5 points, and then just leveling it to level 20 is 20 points, and you only need like 100 points, and we'll give you all that progress all the way down here to the Void Potion. So there is a point daily max at 240, so just keep an eye on that and do a little bit of light leveling of champions, which is a good idea anyway to prepare for the 2x Ancients coming this weekend. Let's pop on into the shop and see if there's anything worth going over. Again, we want to be careful on our spending for now. Let's go 7 to 475 and 475. All right, boom, 1.85. So yeah, these will be a pass. These standard skill packs, in my opinion, they're going to be a pass. Special progress, we've got, like, this is a little bit better of an idea probably to get yourself prepared for some of the stuff coming up this week. But let's see how it's structured. 300, 300k, 600 energy, and 4 energy refills. Boom, 1.77. So that's going to be a pass from me. The monthly pack. This does grade out well, about like a 2.5, 2.6. Not a bad idea if you're in the market to buy the monthly pack with the big fusion event and big week coming up. Not a bad time to scoop that up if you're looking to do so. We claim the free gift. Mini mix, we know that's a daily offer, and the immortal set, we're not going to want to be buying gear right now. We want to be, if we're spending, we want to be using it as an opportunity to progress ourselves for the stuff coming up this week. And then as we conclude here, I'm going to pop up Under Priest, who is going to be the fusion event, and then the new Void Legendary coming to the game, Riho, so you can look at those kits and get a nice refresher course if you would like as we're wrapping up here. But yeah, if you haven't seen, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the full video, the part 2 series where Cold Brew and I dive into these champions and have an in-depth discussion, I did link to that. I'll put it down below if you want to watch that full discussion. But just remember that the one champion is changed. The 2-turn AoE provoke is going to now be a 3-turn AoE provoke. So if you do watch that series, just make note there is that one big change coming through. But yeah, gonna be a big week. And if you're watching this video right away, down below in a pinned comment, I will be live for a few hours streaming and hanging out, playing some Raid, and talking about all this stuff going on in game. So if you want to stop by and chill for a little bit, that link is down below. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.